Are you having trouble dribbling the basketball in NBA 2K24? Well, have I got the solution for you. Welcome back, YouTube. This is your boy Breezy for a dribble tutorial. Yes, I have labbed. I have found the best SIGS in the game. Like, I am moving at this point. I'm telling you, there's not a lot of people that can guard me on this game, especially in the pick and roll. All right, boys. So now we're in the Gatorade training facility. I decided not to go to the art of shooting little thing, bro. So I'm gonna show y'all how to dribble. First, actually, let me show you guys my SIGS real quick. So if you haven't watched the older videos, you know, these are my SIGS. I know a lot of people are gatekeeping, but I'm not trying to gatekeep here. So I'm just gonna pop up all my SIGS. You know, this is what they are. I guess I can go into a little bit of a breakdown of each of them. So dribble style, Kyrie Irving, it's really good. It's phenomenal. I think this is the only one that's gonna work for comp, pro-am, and like stuff like that. I just feel like it's the only one that works. John Stockton's way too loose with it. Magic's way too slow and tall. So, you know, Darius Garland, I think this is a great size up. Even though I don't really use signature size ups, you don't really need to use them. I feel like standstill dribbling is dead for sure, especially if you're going up against a lock with 99 perimeter defense, 99 steal. It's pretty much clipped for you. So don't try and use those. I mean, you can use them to like start a combo, but definitely don't, like, you know, just stand there and do these moves. It's not very helpful. Same with the regular breakdown combos. I'm not gonna lie, these are not that good in my opinion. I mean, they're okay, just not worth it. It's just one flick up, and it doesn't really do much for you. It doesn't really create space, and honestly hinders you in my opinion. And then the aggressive breakdown combos, I think these are a little bit better. These definitely help you create a little bit of space. As you can see, Steph Curry is the best one that I have equipped. Darius Garland's is pretty good too, I think, but you know, Steph Curry I think is the best one. It just seems like it's more fluid and it matches, like, you know, the gameplay style of this game, because it's hard to move sometimes. And dribbling's really simple this year, so I'm gonna use a hand cam to show you guys how to dribble. Escape moves, Trae Young, this is very important. You need to use this for your crab moves. As you can see, there's the OG crab right there, another one right there. So, you know, I like the Trae Young one. I tried De'Aaron Fox, but just felt a little bit too wonky for me, but Trae Young for sure. Combo moves, Steph Curry is definitely the best one, and I like the, you know, the little move right there. That behind the back is really, really good. I think it helps create space, especially if you pair that with my next behind the back move. De'Aaron Fox is also a good one as well. Trae Young is very good as well, but I'd go with Steph Curry. Crossover, Scoot Henderson, I feel like it's a nice wide crossover. I know I tend to prefer, you know, tight dribble moves, but I think the wide crossover is very helpful, especially if you're getting blitzed up the court. It's hard to predict where this one's going, so I really like the Scoot Henderson one. Behind the back, this is really preference. I know a lot of people are liking DeMar DeRozan, but I feel like this one will send you out of bounds. Same with De'Aaron Fox, it's just way too wide for me. Trae Young or Jamal Murray, I'd say, are the best ones. They create a lot of space, and the Trae Young one has that little glitchy up the court behind the back. I know a lot of people have seen Steezo using this, but, you know, I prefer Jamal Murray. I think it helps me move a little bit better, especially behind screens. And then spins, nobody really uses spins, I like, no lie. And then hesitation, Ja Morant, I think this one's really, really good. It creates a lot of space, and you can kind of get a little glitchy with it, especially if you're trying to drive baseline coming from the top of the key. I know, like right there, that move right there is really overpowered. It'll send you all the way to the corner from the top of the key in one move, so it's pretty good. Then my step back, this is pretty important. Luka Doncic, I really like Luka's. I know it's a little slow, but you'll see what I mean when I'm talking about, you know, tight dribble moves. I think I'm not going to lose the ball when I do this move, especially if I combo into the behind the back. I know a lot of people have been using John Wall, but not really a big fan of this one this year. I like the old one, but not this year, especially that move right there. It's way too spacious for me, but Luka for sure. Steph Curry is also a good one as well. You know, I see a lot of comp guards spamming this one, but I really like the Luka one. It feels really smooth. And then triple threat style doesn't really matter. Flashy pass definitely doesn't matter. All right, yeah, but to show you guys the dribble move, so as you see, I'm dribbling. There is somewhat of a delay on this game. I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully you guys can see the hand cam, red controller, and all that stuff. But yeah, let's get into this combo breakdown. So right here, we're just gonna start, you know, with some simple stuff. So we're gonna start with the crab moves. I think this is Trae Young. So you just want to go diagonal, diagonal to the right. You know, it's pretty simple. It's just that. So that's really good for crabbing behind screens. And then this is my favorite move in the game. This is the step back, the Luka step back. As you can see, it creates a lot of space. You can't really, you know, I don't even know how to explain it. You can't really spam it, because if you spam it, this is what happens. You will go right into a behind the back. But that's why I like the Jamal Murray behind the back, because it gives you a lot of space. Like, imagine just on a screen, you're just constantly spamming this, and you can spam it into the corner, baseline drive, whatever you want. So it's really, really overpowered, I think. Moves like this, like the combos like that, if you guys can see what I'm doing, it's really, really simple this year. I feel like you should not be dribbling without R2. I know that's probably going to hurt your stamina and stuff like that, but in general, I don't think you should be dribbling without R2, because if you dribble without R2, you can kind of see it's not really like, it doesn't hit the same. Like, but now I'm holding R2 and I'm definitely like moving a little bit better, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I don't know. Like I said, this delay is crazy. Like this delay, it feels like I'm shooting like offline or something. But in general, you guys should definitely be using R2 when you dribble. Let's see what else. So the aggressive breakdown combo, this one's kind of interesting. That's the Curry one. That's the Garland one as well. Curry right there again. So, you know, oh goodness, I can't time my shot. Ignore that. But you know, it's really hard to move this year, I'll say, especially against like lockdowns. They made the dribbling more realistic. Obviously, you know, Steezo's able to figure this stuff out because he's Steezo, but I'm not Steezo. I'm more of a simple dribbler. I kind of like how they've dumbed it down to the point where, you know, it's not as glitchy, you know, like PNR is definitely the meta this year. So ISO guards are probably going to be in a pickle. I don't foresee a lot of the ISO meta running the Pro-Am, but in general, I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial so far. Drop a like, subscribe for sure. But, you know, I think this is a surface level one. I'll probably do a more in-depth one once I figure out how to dribble more. But it's really hard to dribble, especially like considering the stamina tolls that it takes. But, you know, I am kind of moving here, but it's really hard. But let's see if I can regain some stamina real quick. So as you guys see, I do have some stamina. I know a lot of people have been asking, you know, how do you speed boost? You know, like a lot of people have been struggling with the speed boost animations this year. All you have to do, just hesi to the right or left, ball hand. You could just speed boost around. It's really, really broken. As I'm lagging. That's funny. But, or delayed or whatever. Yeah, so that speed boost right there is really broken. Goodness gracious, the delay is so bad on this Gatorade facility. I might have to go to like the Art of Shooting drill or something, because this is really, really horrible. But yeah, overall I do like the dribbling this year. It seems like it's really fluid, but the delay is just horrible, like I keep saying. But that hesi is really good. Like, it'll just allow you to speed boost. And then the baseline, like you can just really score from anywhere, especially if you're using these SIGs. And then that behind the back is pretty good as well. And then I think, how am I lagging on this shit? I know a lot of people have been wondering how to do this move. It's just up on the right stick, and it's pretty broken. You get a nice little speed boost out of it. At least it lagged on screen, so y'all know that it's not me that's mistiming these shots. But goodness, yeah. So dribbling this year I think is really easy. It's dumbed down, but just because it's easy doesn't mean you're going to be shifting like that. It's really going to depend on your center. I think, you know, your center is probably going to determine how you run this game, because if you have a bad center who can't set screens, then you're pretty much locked up for life. Like, it's really hard to get open. Maybe I'll drop some like gameplay of me using the SIGs, because I don't know what's going on, but this feels really, really slow. And I might just head over to the Art of Shooting gym real quick. Funny enough, I realized halfway through the video my lighting was horrible, so I apologize for that. I don't know if you guys will even be able to see the hand cam, but in here, you know, we don't have stamina, so it's a little bit easier to show you guys what I'm doing. And then I feel like this is interesting too. I forgot to add this. So this behind the back spam, this one, you can also use the left stick to kind of like direct where you want to go, which is kind of interesting. Like right there, you saw that little behind the back move I was doing, like right here, like I can kind of just, yeah, and like behind the backs like that are really good. But in general, let me know how you guys are liking dribbling and just the game in general this year. I know guards have had it really, really rough this year. I think guard gameplay is definitely not the best and brightest for sure, but in general, I mean, I feel like this game has potential. As you can see, my main go-to is definitely this behind the back for sure. Like that's what's going to get you open off of screens. And you could just spam it and then, you know, just go into a leaning three like that. It's really easy, but like I said, the hard part is really just getting past these lockdowns, because they're so fast and they can be strong and they can bump you. But as long as you're using your speed to your advantage and getting that speed boost off around, you know, a great screen from your center, it can be pretty easy, just depending on how skilled you are. Like, just because you have my SIGS doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna be like great at the game now. You just have to lab it and get used to these SIGS, because I know a lot of people are using different ones than me, but I prefer, you know, tight dribble moves, ones where I'm not, you know, throwing the ball like way out there to be plucked and stuff like that. But as you can see, this game is very easy in terms of dribbling, I think, but that screen is definitely going to save your life. I haven't really seen anybody ISOing like crazy except for Steezo. Obviously, Steezo's just on a different level for sure. But, you know, and then, like, you know, I feel like the hesitations are kind of weird, but they can get you open. Like, as you can see right there, that's a huge speed boost, and then boom right there. And I have Speed Booster, you know, Hall of Fame, so this is the fastest, you know, that you can basically be in terms of your badges. But, you know, I think that I'm gonna call it on this. I'll probably make a more advanced tutorial, you know, once I lab the game a little bit more. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope this helped you out, you know, with your SIGs, and I hope, you know, you guys can continue to get better at the game with me, you know, and I hope, you know, I'll be dropping Pro M videos very soon so you guys can see these in action. And I did put out a rec gameplay, so you can kind of see the philosophy that I'm using when I dribble, and it's the same SIG. So once again, I appreciate everybody for liking and subscribing, and yeah, just please continue to do that. It helps me out a bunch, and I'll see y'all in the next video.